Today, during Yom Kippur over in the UK, a terrorist committed a heinous act, killing the likes of two innocent Israelis and injuring several others. He was shot dead by police. Thank God for that. We don't need these people in our society at all. But you know what? These people are emboldened by our politicians and by the media. These people are going into their mosques, and you have loads of these Islamic preachers saying that Jews must be gotten rid of. They must be murdered. Go out into the streets. You have pro-Palestinian marches every single weekend. Every single weekend. Chanting vile remarks. Death to the Jews. Free Palestine from the river to the sea. Then you have the dingbat of a prime minister, our dingbat of a prime minister too, boldly getting up there and proclaiming, we are going to say that Palestine deserves a state of their own. Oh, guess what? Hamas doesn't want to release the hostages. Hamas doesn't want to agree to the peace deal. But every other country does, but not Hamas. No. What does that tell you? Still, we're going to reward terrorism. The old saying of we don't negotiate with terrorists. We are. Happen to be from the UK, Australia. Seems like New Zealand has more common sense, and New Zealand is literally across the pond for us. They're a close relation. They had more common sense than our prime minister to realize that, yes, we do not support Hamas. We do not support them still being in power. Once they are still in power, they're not going to give up anything. And now you've got these countries that are going, yep, we recognize a Palestinian state, giving them exactly what they want. Is it any wonder that you had a terrorist attack in UK today? It doesn't surprise me, sadly, anymore. You know why that is? Because our government has let these people in. They've encouraged this. They've, in fact, protected it. You can't say anything. You can't warn anyone. And in fact, in the UK, hate speech in UK mosques, guess what? Police say no crime has been committed. And yet they are wanting, encouraging the incitement of violence towards Jewish people. And nothing is done about it. No crime. Have a watch of this.
Allahu Akbar.
A sermon at the Redbridge Islamic Centre in Ilford. The speaker prays with his congregation in Arabic to curse the Jews and the children of Israel. Talk TV had the recording translated twice independently. It's voiced by an actor.
O Allah, curse the Jews and the children of Israel. O Allah, curse the infidels and the polytheists. O Allah, break their words, shake their feet, disperse and tear apart their unity, and ruin their houses, and destroy their homes.
And from London to Liverpool.
If the 2 billion just marched on Israel, it's all over. They spat in the direction of Israel, 2 billion, it's all over.
To Birmingham.
The stones will speak and say, "Oh Muslim, behind me there is a Yahudi, come and kill him."
Preachers at mosques across Britain have been filmed calling for victory for Hamas.
O God, heal our hearts regarding the usurping Jews and in every enemy of you and the Muslims. O God, limit their number, kill them indiscriminately, and do not leave any of them alive. O God, our Lord, disperse them, weaken their strength, shake the ground beneath their feet, and freeze the blood in their veins. Make them captive to the Muslims.
And stoking hatred against Jews and Israel with alarming anti-Semitic rhetoric.
O Revenger, revenge from the oppressive aggressor occupying Zionists. O Allah, shake the earth beneath them. O Allah, limit their number, kill them indiscriminately, and do not leave any of them alive.
Rhetoric that in some cases is as violent as that of Abu Hamza, the known hate preacher who delivered sermons at Finsbury Park Mosque before it was shut down and who was deported from the UK. In Greenwich, this speaker ended his prayers with calls for Allah to grant victory over the enemy. The Met said while it understands the footage raised concern in Greenwich, no offences had been committed there. Jewish groups, though, say that police aren't doing enough and are calling for prosecutions in some cases, warning that some of these sermons could lead not only to hate crime, but extremism and even terror.
There is no difference between the rhetoric in the Hamas Charter and the rhetoric that is on display in these videos. They are utterly hateful, they are violent, and they are a threat to both Jews and non-Jews in this country. There is a real risk of more than just one person being encouraged by this rhetoric to go out and take action on the streets. And we've seen how bad that can be in the past.
Talk TV has confirmed that police are assessing video evidence from 4 of the 7 mosques we've highlighted. The Charities Commission is also examining some of the footage, as the majority are also linked to registered charities, meaning they receive taxpayers' money. In a statement, they said, "We are aware of a significant number of serious concerns, which largely concern allegations of anti-Semitic or hate speech. We're assessing them, and if there has been any wrongdoing, we'll take action." Talk TV reached out to all of the mosques and figures featured in this report. Redbridge Islamic Centre declined to comment directly to us, but previously said it launched an immediate investigation and decided that the imam will not be allowed to address worshippers again until it's concluded.
If you've got a religion and they are praying that Allah, which by the way is the devil, they're praying to the devil for the Jews to be killed. Imagine that. Your prayer is that someone, an innocent human being, just because of their heritage and their culture, would be killed because you hate them. You're praying that Allah, the devil, would strike down a Jew. Does this sound like a religion do you want to be any part of? I know for a fact I don't want any part of it. In fact, that's why I'm condemning it. That's why I'm speaking out about it. Because this is what these people actually believe. You don't believe me? There's evidence. You just watched it. These people are actually reading from their very book, the Quran, which says Jews, Gentiles, like Christians, if you're not Muslim, you're an infidel, you're to be hated on, you're to be trod upon, your life to be ended. Christianity is the most persecuted religion in the world, but close second seems to be the Jews. And it all comes from what religion? Islam. Yes, you've got these extremists for sure, but they're just following what their book says. Seems to be the line of those that follow the Quran literally versus those that don't. Those that listen to these hate speeches in UK mosques or just Australian mosques as well, because we've got it here too, versus those that don't. Imagine, right? Imagine for a second what would happen if we didn't have these people speaking their messages, getting it out to countless people. But you know what? The UK police say no crime was committed. And you wonder why they feel so emboldened to say this kind of stuff and then go out and actually carry out attacks. Do you wonder why? There are no consequences, but yet someone that posts something on social media gets a knock at the door at 2 a.m. from a police officer saying, "Oh, you said this. It goes against our hate speech online policy." But these Muslims in mosques can actually wish and call for the death of Jews and nothing happens to them. No arrests. No breach of any kind of law. Because you know why? The government protects them. And then they have the gall to stand up there after an attack has been taken place on Jewish people at a synagogue, no less, on Yom Kippur. They have the gall to stand up there and say, oh, we don't stand for anti-Semitism. You are the one that encouraged this stuff. You are responsible for it. If I was the prime minister, there would actually be ramifications and consequences. If I saw recordings like this in my city, there would be ramifications. This kind of stuff, and it goes for Jews, Christians, you name it. If anyone is calling for the death of anyone, there are consequences. I don't care about what religion you are. What I care about is the truth fundamentally. And secondly, peace, keeping people safe. But this religion, time and time again, shows me what they're really about. It wasn't just one, by the way, just in case you were wondering, Jay, you're overreacting. It was several, quite a few, in many different cities across the UK. And these are only the ones that they have discovered or uncovered. Imagine the ones that they haven't yet uncovered or shared. Imagine. So time and time again, they are proving themselves that the religion that they are following is not one of peace, it's one of death. When you have these men that actually celebrate death more than life, one should worry. And when you have them getting up there and in their mosques and preaching, and the police say no crime was committed, you know you're also in trouble. So do not be surprised, my friends. Do not be surprised at all that nothing gets done in response to this attack. They will sweep it under the rug. They will virtue signal like they do. We're all on the side of the Jews. Oh, we're sending extra security to synagogues. We want to protect the Jewish people. Right. Why do the Jewish people need to be protected exactly? From who exactly? Who wants them dead? Do the Jews want these people dead? Are they going out and attacking people in their mosques? No. If this had been reversed, man, I guarantee you the ramifications would be extreme. Because that's what we live in today. That's the world we live in. Time and time again. They keep proving themselves exactly who they are. It's time for us to start listening, isn't it? That's enough from me. You guys take care. Be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.